Ooba. Yeah. I like. Okay, you pay her right now. You pay her right now. Okay. for the. I like that. For her price, she'll install a 3090 in your bum. Yes. And you'll like it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh my. Yes. No wonder we couldn't afford it.
Mr. Jensen, Hugh Darrow here. Please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Meng Yao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
Okay. First, though, it looks like we're close to this other quest here. We got a couple quests here, actually. Yeah, we're at this point of the stage. At this point in the game, we're getting to like the stage of some of the really cool, iconic quests in this game, which is pretty awesome.
Access granted.
Is this just a replay? Did they put out new content? This is just a replay. Yeah, this is just a replay for me of Human Revolution because this game's amazing. But we're gonna be doing Mankind Divided next, and I've only played that game once, so I am very much looking forward to returning to it. There's Hugh Darrow's contact, but wait, where's the other quest? Where's this one? The shop is in the Yu Hao district near Pandang Road. What road am I on? I think I'm in the right district, aren't I? I'm in Lower Hengsha. That's weird. I definitely don't have a thing for this, but I think I see two on my map here. Go this way. Hey, MNP, what's up, buddy? Yeah, see, now the one on the right is below us.
Let's hope he's as good as they say.
Hey, girl.
Mr. Jensen, right? Thank you for your time. I am Meng Yao, an associate of Mr. Darrow's. I'm in charge of one of his divisions here in Hengsha. You come highly recommended.
Really?
Your boss described you as a most precious asset. Apparently, you are very efficient and always get the job done. We could definitely use a man like you for this operation.
What operation?
We need you to help us stop a group of terrorists who are threatening the Panchaea project. Are you up to it?
Hey, stay hydrated or else goblins will take your shins. Like my legs? What? Damn, haven't heard that one before. That's a new one. I hate when that happens.
Okay, I'll help out.
Excellent. Here's the situation. It has come to our attention that these terrorists possess highly classified proprietary information about Panchaea. We've been able to convince them to sell it to one of our agents, a man named Lo Fei. The meeting is supposed to take place near the Alice Garden Pods in the Daigong district.
And you want me to crash this meeting?
Actually, there will not be a meeting. We are sending you alone to ensure Mr. Fei's safety. The terrorists will not be expecting that, and will have the information with them on a data chip. You have to neutralize all of the sellers and retrieve the chip so you can bring it to me.
I don't get it. If Fei set up the meeting, why risk sending me in his stead? Why doesn't he or even some of your other agents drop in on the sellers and take the chip?
Because Mr. Darrow wants an absolute guarantee that there will be no casualties. We will not play by their rules. We want them arrested and questioned, then properly prosecuted and sentenced. This will require stealth and efficiency.
Dang.
That's why a man with your particular skills will be indispensable.
No co-stab? No co-stab?
Anything else I need to know?
The sellers are expecting Mr. Fei and Mr. Fei alone. If they spot you, they will shoot on sight. Need I point out this might make your job a lot harder?
Story of my life.
Wow. Oh. Oh. Delaney feels this location is no longer secure. He's planning to move down below. I overheard some of the team talking about a safe spot in the sewers. The situation is getting tense. I'm afraid they're onto me. I caught one of them poking through my ish. And can you move in and take these guys down? We need to get me out of here. Oh, and he was sending that to Bell Tower. So he was a Bell Tower plant. The Bell Tower knew about it. Here is... Oh, no, this just wants me to leave. We're going to do all this side stuff before we do the main mission. Antonio, what's up, buddy? Down here.
You shouldn't be here, sir. Get moving.
I want to try that again in
Too late
English.
to hide.
Sergeant Brown.
My apologies, sir.
Actually, I think that did a great job.
You must have run.
Yeah. Silvera, yeah. Yeah, it does tell us directly to go to the sewers, so we'll go to the sewers and get it figured out. Worked out pretty well. Okay. Cohh just killed a bunch of businessmen. Actually, I didn't kill any of them, for the record. They're all sleeping. Found later.
Applause, please.
Pink Banana, how are you? I think a bird just went across my roof. And I heard it in here, and now Gary Kuhn heard it, and he is extremely interested and staring at the wall. Lurking Way with the 26 months. Good to see you, bud. Oh. Found him. Damn, look at that guy.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
Could be. What's it to you?
When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
That I am.
Then perhaps you should reconsider. There are many of us, and only one of you. At this moment, my men and I have no quarrel with you. So you don't have to die for a war that isn't yours.
I said I was here to stop you, not fight you. A friend of yours sent me to convince you to turn yourself in.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man, and I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Why isn't there a Sigma option? Oh, this game was made years ago. Sigmas weren't invented yet. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't agree with your boss. Doesn't mean you have a right to go about killing people just because you feel like it. I won't let you.
What makes you think you could stop me? You might hurt some of us, but in the end, my men and I will win. If you make us fight.
Oh, thank God. I thought I restarted the computer. There you go, Gary. Okay.
Fair enough. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower. I believed that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause.
That makes you
So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines.
Dude.
That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
Dude, that is messed up. Being able to control what somebody remembers and doesn't remember without their permission. Damn.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural aug made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So these
So how'd
guys
you get out of
basically
it?
got picked up by the
Confronted
Illuminati.
project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Okay.
Dr. Wing said our situations would resonate. I don't think he realized it might go both ways. Some men deserve the justice we bring on them. Do what you have to do, Zelazny. I won't get in your way.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill. They have names, families, they're people. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Okay. I know we definitely went the other path last time, so let's try this one and see where it goes. That is a crazy, that is a crazy quest line. That's wild. There's a lot of meat to that quest line. Okay, so let's take a look at our quests here. We've got to return to Wing. He is in the other area. Oh, he's at the limb clinic here, actually. Then we also need to go to the sleep. No, we already did the sleep pods. We got to return to the other area for that quest. So let's go to the limb clinic first, and then we'll go to the other area, turn in the Darrow quest, and then do the main quest.
Hey, Jensen. Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top-secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Bell Tower. Got them to reassign a couple of local patrols. You should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Okay. Cool. Hey, Gritzer. I feel like we did that in one of our runs, because I slightly remembered that being the thing that happened.
Urging people to visit their local limb.
I've done so many runs this week, I don't even know. Hi, Gary Keen. You're cute. Hope he's not going to be too mad at me. Yeah, so that guy you told me about.
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot
He's not gonna
stress
be happy.
enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
It's a long story, Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers. And after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But He is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
The men Zelazny's after are far more dangerous than he is. His methods are extreme, but I think his cause is justified. To be honest, Doc, I believe what he wants isn't that different from you. An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem to believe that the end justifies the means, but I don't know. I'll have to think about this. Here is a praxis kit. It's all I have.
First of all, thank you. Second of all, did we just get them a doctor? That's kind of awesome. Wow. Interesting. That could have been worse. Oh, well, I mean, the fact that he was even slightly receptive to that was very interesting. Yeah. I for some reason was expecting him to just freak out on us and be like, I can't believe you did that, etc., etc. So I guess that was not correct. I described my build in this game. Well, to be honest, one of the unfortunate things between the newer Deus Exes and the older one is there's not really builds. It's just kind of like an order in which you get things. One thing I loved about the original Deus Ex is every time you'd get a certain amount of augs, but whenever you put an aug in, you would have to choose what goes in that slot. So for your legs, you have to choose between quieter sprint or higher jump. So it really led to like certain builds being formed. But in this game, you just kind of get everything. So it's not really the same. It's not really builds. It's just the order in which you get things.
The World Health Organization today issued an
And that being said, the order in which you get things is just dependent on, you know, how you want to play the game. It's just what you prefer. There's not really a build to it. They're making a new Deus Ex game? It better be. But they haven't announced it. Raging Pixel. Probably not for a good while. Yeah. Why? Was there one in particular you liked? Fabrito says, in the end, you basically become a god. Well, the interesting thing about this game is your character is basically a created human that is one of the first that is actually completely symbiotic with implants and technology. So in a way, you kind of become a god by the end of the game, but it's only because your character can like do everything so well involving the augments and everything. So, I mean, and it was basically at the beginning of the game, you're basically crafted as like a super augmented human. So, by the end of the game, when you've unlocked everything, you can, yeah, you basically can do whatever you want. However, lots and lots and lots of options. If I'm not mistaken, Jensen at this time is the only one that can adapt augmentations without side effects. Well, no, the big thing that Jensen can do is his body doesn't reject augments over time. The premise is that in this world, everyone who gets augments needs this stuff called neuropozyne, and it basically allows the human body to tolerate augments and modifications. But Jensen is the first person who actually, like, his body actually fuses with the augments. He doesn't need neuropozyne. He's actually a fully augmented human. While other people's bodies basically tolerate the augments with neuropozyne. And some people's bodies can't take augments at all, like Dara. His body doesn't even allow augments. They are immediately rejected. Nothing can change. See, I don't even remember a lot about Mankind Divided. So I'm seeing people talk about Mankind Divided, but I have to, yeah. I'm really looking forward to playing it again. I don't even remember a lot of the stuff behind it.